Recording in progress.
Hello, mabuhay! This is Teacher Lourdes, and this is your course, Methods of Research. Our lesson 6 is Developing the Research Proposal. Our objectives are discuss the principles in crafting the research proposal, which include introduction, theoretical and conceptual paradigm or framework, statement of the objectives or research questions, and number 2, partially discuss the principles in crafting research methodology, and the research methodology will be discussed and covered fully in lesson 7. And for the student activity, you will prepare and present 3 brief research proposals applying the principles learned in crafting the introduction and methodology. Let's now have the lesson proper. The first one is introduction. In doing your introduction, your purpose is to set the stage. You will introduce your topic, explain its significance, and present the context. For example, historical, social, or economic. And you will begin with a broad overview and narrow down to your specific focus as you articulate the research gap, and you will finish with your research aim or question or questions. The tone should be engaging so that the reader will be interested in your study, and you must show why the study matters. And then you must back up your claims. For example, the gap in literature with concise evidence from previous studies. So now let us look at my introduction of my winning scoping review. So my title again is Bamboo Fiber Utilization in Medicine and Clothing, a scoping review by yours truly, Lourdes Ibialandagan Maniscan. So this is the abstract, the acknowledgement, so the table of contents, and then the introduction. So let's read this so you can have a overall uh, impression of how an introduction should be made. So the introduction, breast cancer remains a significant global health concern and is one of the leading causes of cancer-related mortality among women. In the Philippines, the burden of breast cancer is particularly pronounced. According to the International Agency for Research on Cancer, 1 in every 13 Filipino women is expected to develop breast cancer in her lifetime, with an age standardized rate of 47 per 100,000 women. This is according to Wu and Lee in 2018. These figures reflect a pressing need for targeted health interventions and supportive innovations for affected populations. In addition to breast cancer, other forms of cancer such as lung, colorectal, and prostate are increasingly impacting both male and female populations worldwide. National estimates in the Philippines reported 333,828 new cases among males and 37,628 among females, with ASRs of 199.5 per 100,000 for men and 180.6 per 100,000 for women, respectively. This is according to Esteban et al. So, as you can see, I discussed the history of the breast cancer in the world and in the Philippines. And the next paragraph is this research is grounded in a personal narrative. The researcher was diagnosed with breast cancer in March 2023, and I underwent a mastectomy in April 2 and completed 8 cycles of chemotherapy between June and December 2023. So this is also a history of my uh, what I have gone through during my sickness. And now, praise the Lord that I am well already. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. And God the Father, and the Holy Spirit. So, I come now to this experience led to the conceptualization of a specialized undergarment designed specifically for breast cancer patients and survivors. Central to this concept is the use of bamboo fiber, a sustainable and scientifically promising textile material. Bamboo fiber is known for its antibacterial properties, moisture wicking capabilities, breathability, and environmental sustainability. So, as you can see, I started the introduction from generalized topic until uh, it's like an inverted pyramid. You start broad and then you go to specific. Okay, so this is the statement. In response to these needs, the scoping review aims to explore and synthesize existing literature on the utilization of bamboo fiber in both medical and clothing contexts. The objective is to establish a foundational understanding of bamboo fiber's potential as a material for post-mastectomy bras. Because this study represents the initial phase of larger research initiative which aspires to design a bamboo fiber based mastectomy bra. When you say mastectomy, uh, you have undergone operation. So in my case, my left breast was removed. Okay, but now the scar is already healed. Okay, so now you have the objectives, which I already present in the past lesson. So the objectives of the study are, the main objective of the study is to be able to review existing literature about the utilization of bamboo fiber in medicine and clothing to establish its significance and legitimacy to be used as fabric in breast cancer bra. Specifically, it aims to achieve the following objectives. So, these are my objectives: to identify the range of medical application of bamboo fiber, to map the evidence of environmental sustainability in bamboo fiber clothing, and number three, to identify gaps in existing literature on bamboo fiber's medical and environmental applications. So, you now see uh, how introduction is made. Okay, so let's now continue with our lesson. Okay, so next is the research paradigm. So, research paradigm or framework is the philosophical foundation shaping your research. These are the beliefs about knowledge, reality, and how to study them. Common paradigms include positivism, interpretivism, constructivism, critical theory, and you would like to include your paradigm. For example, positivist for quantitative surveys, and you will justify why it suits your topic and objectives. And show alignment with your theoretical and conceptual frameworks and chosen methodology. So now let's have the theoretical framework. This is a structured lens of existing theories that explains your phenomenon and underpins your assumptions. So what are the steps to have your theoretical framework? First one, identify key theoretical concepts from your problem statement and research questions. And second, you review and assess relevant theories or models and define the key terms. And third, you will explain how these theories frame and justify your approach, guiding methodology and interpretation. Your goal is to demonstrate how your study complements, extends, or challenges existing theories. So now, let us look at the theoretical framework of my bamboo fiber scoping review. So, the review of related literature will be discussed in the lesson number 8. Okay? So, for this video, we will focus on the introduction and the uh, theoretical framework. So, this is my theoretical framework for this study. So, if you want to get the best framework for your study, you can ask the assistance of ChatGPT. You just put your topic, your chosen topic, and put the right keywords. You just end the prompt on ChatGPT. You just say, for example, I will let you see it how I chat with ChatGPT. Okay, so for example, uh, create a theoretical theoretical framework for my study uh, about, for example, I developed already the phase 2 of my bamboo fiber bra. Okay, about a development of bamboo fiber bra for breast cancer patients and survivors. Okay, so that's how you uh ChatGPT can help you, okay, about the development. So let's see what can ChatGPT give us. Okay? Okay. So in less than a minute, uh ChatGPT gave us the theoretical framework. So ChatGPT can help you in your research, and also Google AI. So yeah. So the suggestion is anchored in biopsychosocial theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and sustainable product design theory. So ChatGPT gives us immediate answer to our questions. As you can see, I have so many prompt here. So yeah, so ChatGPT has helped me in creating the lessons for my courses. Okay, so ChatGPT also discussed, okay, each theory. Okay, so in your research, you can ask ChatGPT. Yeah, okay, so my Maslow's hierarchy of needs and sustainable product design theory. So these are the theories and these are the references. Okay, so this is the phase 2 of my study. So I already have theoretical framework from ChatGPT. So that's how you use it. Okay? So let's see my theoretical framework. So my theoretical framework for my phase 1 study, the scoping review of bamboo fiber utilization in medicine and clothing. Uh, the study is anchored on diffusion of innovation theory and sustainable material adoption framework. Okay, so uh, ChatGPT gave me three related theoretical framework. And of course, you will create the theoretical framework. So this is how you do it. After the discussion of each theory and how it relates to your present study, you will create a diagram to show the relationship of the theories to your study. So this is my study, bamboo fiber in medicine and clothing as review. So these are my chosen uh, frame theory, diffusion of innovations theory, and sustainable material adoption framework, and the scoping review process, which systematically map out existing knowledge gaps and varied research directions. So that's how you make your theoretical paradigm and uh, framework. So now let's go back. Okay. So after the theoretical framework, you will have conceptual framework. Conceptual framework is your map of the variables and their hypothesized relationships, independent, dependent, mediators, moderators, and controls. The steps to have your conceptual framework. First, you will define variables according to your research question, and then you will develop a visual, boxes and arrows, or narrative model showing causal or correlational links. And then you will clarify roles and mediators, explain how moderators alter strength direction controls, and controls are held constant. Okay? Okay. So is to show your goal is to show how your study tests relationships, making clear what influences what and how. So let's see how I did my conceptual framework in my scoping review regarding the bamboo fiber utilization in medicine and clothing. So this is the discussion. Okay. So in the conceptual framework, it's like you are discussing each objective. Okay. So first objective is identify the range of medical applications. So that's the first one. The conceptual framework follows the objectives. Okay. Or the research questions. Okay. So next is you will connect your as a cancer survivor. The researcher aims to establish the value of bamboo fiber in medicine. The scoping review can elaborate on the existing studies, which implies the importance of bamboo fiber in healing operation scars and such. Okay. So the next one is to explore the environmental sustainability of fiber in clothing. So as you can see, the conceptual framework discusses each of the objectives. Yan. And also don't forget to cite references according to Yamuna Devi et al. So, uh, in order to support your claim, so you must mention related literature. Okay? Okay. So, the third one is to identify gaps in existing literature. Okay. So this is the conceptual framework. So as you can see, these are the uh, these are the objectives of my scoping review research. Okay. So first, identify the range of medical applications, and the second one, explore the environmental sustainability of bamboo fiber in clothing. And the last one, identify gaps in the existing literature. So that's how I created my conceptual paradigm and framework. Okay, so let's continue the discussion. Okay, so now we have the statement of the problem or objectives. I already read my statement of objectives a while ago, and what you can do when you state the problem is you must identify a clear issue supported by evidence. For example, statistical trends, previous research, and real world need. As for my bamboo fiber bra idea, it is my need to have a bra because uh, every day my struggle is to find a padding for my left bra because I don't have left breast anymore because it was already operated on and removed so that my cancer won't spread. Okay? And also you will highlight the gap or consequence, what's missing or at stake. So the research objectives or questions must build directly on the problem and use precise measurable verbs. For example, assess, explore, determine. Okay, and ensure feasibility, align with scope, time. Okay, so that's your statement of the problem. I already read the statement of the problem of my bamboo fibers, scoping review research. So for my students who are under the BSIT program, which is now BindTech, and for my BT Ed students, okay, these are the required or the suggested specific objectives because for BSIT or BindTech, which have courses in automotive technology, computer technology, electrical technology, and electronics technology. So you are required to design or modify an existing product, okay, in your related course, in your chosen course. So usually these are the beginning of the objectives. The first one is you will design, and the second one is you will develop or fabricate, and the third one is you will test your machine or whatever you develop, and the last one is evaluate. So for BTBT Ed, or Bachelor in Technical Vocational Teacher Education. For the food service management, the usual beginning four objectives are formulate recipe, and the second one is recipe development, and the third is evaluate. For the garments, fashion design, electrical technology, and fashion garments technology, who are under the education uh, course, you will design, develop, and evaluate for whatever you want to conduct research in. Okay, so this is for our school in Camarines Norte State College. Okay, so now let's have an example sequence of proposal. So this is just a sample. Okay, so introduction. The automotive industry faces increasing pressure to reduce emissions and improve fuel efficiency. Hybrid vehicles, which combine internal combustion engines with electric propulsion systems, have emerged as a partial solution. One of the key technologies used in hybrids is the regenerative braking system, which converts kinetic energy into electrical energy during braking. However, there is limited empirical data on the actual contribution of regenerative braking to overall fuel efficiency. This study seeks to address this knowledge gap and quantify the fuel savings okay, directly, directly attributable to regenerative braking. So that's just a brief introduction. And then you will have the theoretical and conceptual paradigm. So this study is grounded in positivist paradigm, which assumes that reality is objective and measurable. Okay, so these are just examples of theoretical or conceptual paradigm for this study. So next is the theoretical framework. So in the mentioned study, it draws on thermodynamic efficiency theory and energy recovery models. So there are two theories. First is thermodynamic efficiency theory. This theory explains the energy transformations and losses in vehicle proportions systems. And the second one, energy recovery models. This describe how energy loss during braking can be recaptured and reused to improve overall system efficiency. So by integrating these theories, the framework explains how regenerative braking functions to improve fuel economy through reduced energy waste. And the conceptual framework, so you will identify and map the variables. The independent is the usage rate of regenerative braking, measured in frequency and duration of action. And the dependent variable is the fuel efficiency. And the control variables, vehicle load, terrain, speed, driver behavior, and weather conditions. So a visual model would depict regenerative braking influencing fuel efficiency with control variables held constant. The hypothesis is that more frequent and sustained use of regenerative braking correlates with higher fuel efficiency. So that's the conceptual framework. And the statement of the problem and objectives. The problem statement is, while regenerative braking is widely adopted in hybrid vehicles, limited empirical evidence exists regarding its direct impact on fuel consumption. Without quantifiable data, manufacturers and consumers may lack a clear understanding of the real world benefits. So the objectives of this sample study is to measure the contribution of regenerative braking to fuel efficiency in hybrid vehicles and to analyze the correlation between braking system usage and fuel consumption patterns. And the last objective, to identify factors that affect the performance of regenerative braking in various driving conditions. Okay. So, in fact, motorcycles already use this concept wherein the battery is charging while the motor is running. So this is similar study. Okay. Okay. So how it all fits together. So the paradigm is your worldview, and the theoretical framework are the theories that are valued in that worldview. And the conceptual framework is the operationalization of these theories into constructs and relationships. And the problem and objectives are the things you're investigating and why, grounded in the theory. And the methods are the data collection aligned with your paradigm and analytical needs. So the methods are the step-by-step process wherein you will gather your data and how you will analyze and evaluate data. So that's the basically the methodology is the process of how you will collect your data and how you will evaluate it and analyze it. Okay? So again, let's have the overview. So the introduction is the context, significance, gap, aim, and the research question. So all of these are can be included in your introduction. And the paradigm, the ontology, the epistemology, and the methodology, stance and justification. And for the theoretical framework, the theories and models, definitions, rationale, and connection to the present study, and to the research questions. And the conceptual framework, the variables, their roles, how hypothesize relationships. So you will have a visual and a narrative part in the conceptual framework. And the last part of the introduction is the problem statement objectives. So there must be a clear issue, evidence gap, measurable objectives in addressing the issues and problems. Okay. So that's our lesson for this lesson 7. Okay. Developing the uh, research proposal. So for your student activity, it is titled The Researcher's Challenge. Okay, you will group yourselves into 6, 7, or 8 members, and then you will choose or create 3 topics which are related to your field of discipline. Okay, so this is the step-by-step process. First, you will create 3 research titles or problems, of course, related to your discipline. And then 2, you will craft the applicable conceptual paradigm for each title. So, you don't need to create the theoretical paradigm and framework because your study in the BSIP is revolves around development of products or product development. Okay, so you will just have the conceptual paradigm, and you will not make the theoretical framework, and then you will create the conceptual framework for each title, and then you will design a basic research methodology for the 3 titles. Okay, you must also watch lesson 7 for more information about methodology. So after you uh, develop this, helping each other as a group, your group will present this output to the panel members as your midterm project. Only one research title or problem will be approved by the panel. So uh, you must watch lesson 7, okay? And also lesson 8 and all our lessons so that you can understand it more. So this is Teacher Lourdes saying, Mabuhay!